Hey y'all, Jen here from Finder.com, and today we're diving into lying about your finances. If you've ever hid an Amazon order from your SO or taken out a new credit card behind their back, then you're one of the millions of Americans guilty of financial infidelity. Why do we do this? How can you spot it? We sat down with financial advisor and speaker Winnie Sun to get to the bottom of this common relationship issue. Financial infidelity is when you lie to your partner about your finances. This includes anything from spending or hiding money in a separate bank account or withholding money as a form of control. Winnie explains it as this.
So we know that in partnerships, this is one of the core pillars of a successful partnership. So sometimes it could be a partner, for example, who decides to go and buy a car without even consulting you, right? It could be bigger than that. It could be taking out a loan, taking out a mortgage without letting you know. It could be, taking out more credit cards, maybe in your social security number or their social security number.
Jane, his wife.
Again, like not sharing and not communicating. That, when I think about that, I think that's really when we talk about financial infidelity, that's what we're hearing.
Although technology has made it a lot more difficult to spot the signs, some red flags include unexplained withdrawals or expenses in your bank statements. You notice that your partner has a lot of new stuff. Your partner rushes to get the mail first. You find statements to credit cards or accounts you don't recognize, or your partner is suffering from addiction. Winnie also shares other clues she's found while working with couples.
I worked with couples who have, come across credit card statements or certain bills, or it could be worse. It could be like a collector calling the house, seeking out monies.
To avoid financial infidelity, you can handle your finances together, have financial date nights where you review your expenses and set financial goals together, or reach out to a financial advisor for help. Winnie adds that the key to avoiding it is to be more open about your financial history in general.
If you're open and sharing your information, typically your partner will be more comfortable as well. So do understand it's absolutely a two-way street. So you gotta be comfortable showing all your cards, all your accounts, all your bank statements, your FICO score, your tax return. Because once you're in a marriage, for example, this is, you are then sharing your credit score in one way or the other. You might say, well, that doesn't really affect my credit score. But then when you go to buy something, maybe a house or a car or rent an apartment, then, your partner's credit score could impact how much you're able to borrow.
So what if you can't trust your partner with your finances? There could be a danger in setting up joint accounts with survivorship, depending on your situation.
So in terms of accounts, right, if you really feel like your partner isn't someone that can be trusted with money, then you probably don't want to engage on a joint with survivorship account. That can be really dangerous. Also, if you come into the relationship with a lot more financial resources than your partner, maybe you want to consider setting up a prenuptial agreement before you engage in like full marriage as well.
Having control over your finances isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's all about how you communicate with your partner.
I would also say this, and I find it to work very well in couples too, is if you have sort of a ballpark budget, right? You're just not gonna sweat it, right? So for example, with my husband and I, when it comes to big things, right? Maybe a new washer dryer, new car, new something for the kids or whatnot, we definitely have we stop and pause, and even though I know he's comfortable with making that decision, I still talk it through with him. I'm like, you know what? I'm thinking about doing this, and what do you think? And he usually says, okay, yeah, sounds right. Sounds like it's gonna cost a lot of money, But if it's like smaller amounts, then same with him. It's a two-way street with us.
You can find even more tips on how to avoid financial infidelity by checking out the link to our guide on Finder.com in the description box below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you're the first to know when new Finder videos drop.